right, man, let's talk about TKO Boxing trying to change the Muhammad Ali Act. Now, if you don't know, on the Muhammad Ali Act, the Congress got together with some boxing promoters and stuff, and they wanted to amend the Muhammad Ali Act, or create the Muhammad Ali Act to protect fighters from getting taken advantage of, like conflict of interest. Like, let me give y'all an example. The Migos in their record label QC Quality Control, they shared the same lawyer. They shared the same lawyer. That's a conflict of interest, because if the person you doing the contract with or you signing with, should they, y'all share the same lawyer, the lawyer is probably going to be in the best interest of the record label. So they're gonna give you in the bad, in the bad, they're gonna put you in a bad deal. So that's a huge issue right then and there in itself. So that's the conflict of interest. That's why promoter in America can't also be a manager, but they're doing both. They finding loopholes. What did Big L say? He said my track record longer than my new bowl because my lawyer always finding loopholes, something like that. So yeah. So you gotta remember all that little stuff. So, and they still finding loopholes, and that's what good lawyers do. They find loopholes in contracts to get you in and out of contracts. So, TKO in plans for boxer promotion seeks changes to the Ali Act. The TKO group that owns UFC and WWE has asked for an amendment changes to the Muhammad Ali Act, a federal law designed to protect boxers from exploitation, according to the memo to state regulators that posted on the website Combat Sports Law earlier this week. The request comes as TKO seeks to form a new box promotion, while there are no specific details and requests and speculation that's run rampant regarding what it may mean for the sport. A UFC spokesperson said in a statement to ESPN that the amendment will seek to enhance the Ali Act and offer boxers more opportunity. So for the more, for whatever, that's how they feel. We'll see. But does Congress and does the law really care about boxing? Probably when they did this probably in the 90s, and we'll look it up to be specific. Probably in the 90s when they did this, they probably was like, this is for the betterment of the boxers. But right now, they cared about boxing. They don't care about that shit right now. Boxing is so down the totem pole, bro. Like, they like, man, we don't care. We don't care, man. But I feel them. I feel them. Because they got other stuff going on. Congress got other things that they need to be looking at. But it's not like boxers are not still getting took advantage of, honestly. That's what I don't understand. Everybody act like this is actually changing something. It's really not. These dudes are still getting took advantage of. So say what you want to say and believe what you want to believe. They're still getting took advantage of. Let's keep it going. TKO has had preliminary conversations with members of Congress about how we can work together to expand our Ali Act to create more choices and opportunity for boxers. They're probably hitting that wire. The Cash Act. The UFC spokesperson said, we believe the enhancements we are discussing could help to inspire boxing revival in America, provide American boxers with access to greater opportunities and better protections, and lead more to boxing events across our country. People look at that pay scale. It's like, boy, they not about to get off the ground with that pay scale at all. They is not about to get off the ground with that pay scale. That's how people look at it. Like, they're not about to get off the ground with that pay scale. So that, that's the funny thing about it. Most people don't think they about to get off the ground with that, but they're not looking for top talent. They looking to build talent organically from the ground up. That's the kicker. TKO announced in March that it had joined forces with Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, to form a new boxing promotion. The Ali Act, intact in 2000, they have amended the 1996 Professional Boxing Safety Act by expanding on legislation against exploitation, conflict of interest, and enforcement. Excuse me. In short, the Ali Act intended to prevent promoters from using predatory and anti-competitive practices against athletes while encouraging a free and open market. They're still doing it. And let me give you an example. Jack, they're still doing it. Like, allegedly Top Rank, you will get to the last fight of your deal, and if you didn't accept a new contract extension, they would shelf you. So they're still doing it. Or if you fight for this title, this extends your contract by 2 or 3 fights. There's still predatory natures of this. They still use managers, specific managers that's not associated or connected to the company, but still unofficially connected to the company to control fighters. There's still predatory acts going on. Believe it or not, there's still predatory acts going on. This is contrary to what the UFC has alleged to be guilty of, as a promotion recently settled a $375 million antitrust lawsuit filed by fighters alleging that the promotion was an illegal monopoly. Excuse me, I hope I said that right. And that used anti-competitive business practices to suppress fighters and wages and stifle rival promotions. So basically they lost, saying that they froze out the competition and they made it pretty much a monopoly. They made it a monopoly. That's what they're saying. The UFC made it a monopoly. There you have it. There is no timetable for when these amendments in the memo, Association of Boxing Commission President Mike Mazzali wrote to the regulators that the board of directors is working with TKO to make sure the ABC is still part of the federal law. There is no timetable for what these amendments could come to fruition, and it's not known what TKO Box Promotion will launch. The word on the street is they trying to launch that thing by 2006, and they're going to be headed to ESPN and take over the dates that Top Rank will leave behind. So around a year and some change, or a year, that's when they're really supposed to, really get busy. That is the good word on the street. And around a year, that's when this thing is really supposed to pick up, and they supposed to go hard in the paint. So yeah, I like it, man. They taking advantage of fighters already, bro. Fighters, if you don't sign over here, you can't get this fight. If you fight a championship fight and you beat one of our fighters, you got to stay over here. It ain't like really a one and done. And if you don't sign over here and they still give you that fight, guess what? You're not gonna win on the scorecards. They're gonna rob you. So they can put any law in place. Boxing is still going to be the wild, wild west. They still gonna take advantage of the fighters. And that's just what they're gonna do. And it, to me, is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. You should be able to sign with who you want to sign with. Why do I gotta sign over here? I gotta sign here, or I gotta fight your fighter, and I can't get a title shot unless I fight your fighter, and I sign over here. I can't win. Look what they did to Shockey Foster. Am I wrong? Look what they did to Shockey Foster in that first Conseco fight. He easily beat him in boxing. It's such full of anti-black hate and such a full of dick sucking that people still rationalize him. Oh, he didn't do enough. Or like I said before, boxing, there's going to be always somebody in this world that's going to justify the tomfoolery. And that's boxing is really no different. It's no different. That's why you got to watch your opinion that you're listening to. Listen, a lot of goofies like Garfield the Coke sniffing cat. He's a goofy. He's a true goofy, man. You put him in a room with me, dude, I talk circles around him. He can come coked up like he usually is, whatever you want to do. Bruh, one thing about YouTube is not an equal playing field. Talent don't matter. If you push lies, they push your channel. You tell the truth, they suppress your channel. That's just what it is. And a lot of these dudes, you know, they like channel. Oh, I like your channel, but you be pandering. You be lying. We not the same. But at the same time, they just pretty much main thing that TKO is trying to do is trying to get their own belt. I don't care about these fighters getting their money. They took advantage of the game already. They took advantage of the fans. So take that for what you want to take it for. Appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next to boxing, check out the boxing news playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. I do appreciate y'all for supporting the kid. Peace. And join the Patreon.